Hi folks, it's James here for the Movie Mad channel, and I've got a few pickups here and I'll show you them in a second. So what I was going to do today is I was showing the pickups, but I was going to have a little chat. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I have picked up quite a few subscribers over the last 2 weeks or so, and I think it's because of the video I made on 10 reasons to buy physical media in 2023. I think that's picked up 10 or 15 subscribers, which is a lot of additional subscribers for me. So just so you're new to the channel, I'd make that video because I collect physical media, and today I'm just going to talk about ones I've picked up, a couple that I've watched, and a little bit of a chat. So first of all, let's discuss the Escape. You know what? Because it says on the front now, I keep calling it Escape from Absalom, but it's no Escape 4K. And I did make a video of that, and I did say that I would check out some of the bonus features on it. Now there was 4 or 5 bonus features, but I only watched a couple so far. But the one I did watch was an interview with the director, and he was telling us, it was basically telling the story of the making of No Escape. And what was quite interesting is he talked about the 2 actors that were up for the role before Ray Liotta. And the 2 actors that were up for the role, believe it or not, were Mark Wahlberg and Russell Crowe. And they didn't want Mark Wahlberg for whatever reason, but they also didn't want an unknown called Russell Crowe for the thing. They wanted some star quality with Ray Liotta. And you know what? Could Russell Crowe have played that any better? No Escape wouldn't be the same, would it? So he talked about that, and then he talked about the entire budget of the movie, which was $20 million, and they filmed it in Australia. That's why the scenery in that's quite spectacular, and they built that whole village that the Outsiders are in completely built it, and then they completely blew it up as a practical effect, which, you know, in 1994 you probably had to do. And a £20 million budget doesn't seem a loss, but apparently it didn't make back its money. So hopefully it's making it back now from the 4K and Blu-ray releases on there. So that's a couple of the bonus features I watched. There was some others, the making of and being in the jungle when they're filming. They said they used a lot of extras and a lot of people in the area where they were filming because there was a lot of unemployment. So that's good. But the rights got bought to the movie, and for the 20 million, but I don't think they said they don't think they ever made it back because they didn't do much marketing on it. So there you go. This is the thing with movies now. People didn't make movies now, and what I'm trying to say is, you know, movies have a chance to grow. So you make a movie, maybe it doesn't do well in the cinema, but then it starts to do well on DVD, or years later it starts to do well on Blu-ray or 4K. Whereas if there's no physical media, those revenue streams disappear. And you know, the digital, if it's on a streaming service, the digital movie just ends up in the background. And Matt Damon said it on an episode of Hot Wings once. He was saying, so first of all, we got the theatrical release, and you know what? If it didn't do particularly well in the theatrical release, you always had the DVD and the Blu-ray sales to come out afterwards. So movies' budgets are a lot less these days because if it doesn't do well in the theatre, if they don't physically release it or it goes on to streaming, they don't get as much money. So that's, again, another reason to buy physical media. So with that being said, a couple of short things. Thank you to Larry Boyd, who sent me a subscriber mail, and you know what, I've sliced it open and I haven't looked at it yet because it just came in the post literally before I was about to start filming this video. So we'll look at that. And glad Roy's out of hospital. He's back watching his movies, which is where we want him to be. So hope you're enjoying yourself, Roy, well, as much as you can be recovering. And I'll show you what I got. So on Tuesday I had to take James to the hospital, and you know, when he goes to the hospital, it's always nice to do something nice afterwards and just try to, you know, make light of the experience. And there. So on the way back, there's a shopping mall and it's got a CEX in it and it's got McDonald's. So I took him to McDonald's for his breakfast. Had some reward things. So I got him like a bacon McMuffin and a coffee. And then I thought, okay, well since we're here, we may as well take a wee browse in the CEX while I'm here. And you know, just takes him out the house for a minute because he couldn't do anything with his hands. So I picked up two on that day, and I picked up a couple, and they couldn't be further apart, to be honest with you. So we'll start off with Roy's favourite actor, and I picked up The Wedding Singer. I actually like this movie. It's funny, I think, and it's some of Adam Sandler's earlier work, and I think this is out of print now. I've watched this movie 4 or 5 times. It's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but again, I like to have the physical copy. So this one was out of print. So for £5, I thought pick up The Wedding Singer. So I have done. If you've seen the movie, it's basically about a wedding singer that's down on his luck. He's about to get married and things go wrong, and then romance ensues with Drew Barrymore. But I think it's funny. My son watched this as well, and at the end, I don't know if you've seen it, right? Spoiler alert. Okay, Billy Idol's in this, and there's a plane scene at the end, and he goes, "Who's Billy Idol?" I'm like, and so I showed him some of his songs. He goes, "Oh, that's not too bad." And he goes, "Yeah, I like Billy Idol in this film." So I think that's just a decent comedy. So I really enjoyed that one. And for £5, I thought, great, get that in the collection. I was going to tell you, I actually put the Book of Eli on the other night on Amazon Prime because that is a movie that I really like, and that should get a 4K. So it was the 28th of February I put on at night time, around about 9 o'clock, and my son just happened to be with me, and he was sort of like lying down, going to go to sleep, and I was putting that on, but my son doesn't like anything that animals die in. So, you know, the Book of Eli, post-apocalyptic, the first thing he does in the film, again, spoiler alert, he shoots a cat. So anything with animals getting down, he just can't watch, he doesn't like to watch. So I turned it off and I thought, alright, tell you what, I'll watch that when he's in bed tomorrow. So next night, what I put on, goes Amazon Prime. It goes, no longer available. It expired on Amazon Prime. They wanted me to pay $3.49 to rent it, but luckily I've got the Blu-ray, and so I just put that on and watched it last night, in fact. But that's another thing, it's so annoying. You know, their catalogue changes all the time, which, you know, I can understand, but that's why physical media is king. So, get back to The Wedding Singer. That one's out of print, and now I always have that, and if I want to watch it whenever I can, I can. So the next one, as I say, is completely different, and it is James Garner, Eva Mae Saint, and Rod Taylor in 36 Hours. Now, it's a war movie. It's in black and white. I've not seen it, and you know, the premium collections are becoming, well, I think for all intents and purposes, the HMV premium collection has ended, because there's not been any since last April, and the movies seem to be getting released by Warner Brothers and things like that. So these ones are going to start getting harder and harder to get. So for £6, I thought, why not take that while it's there? Because I would like to get all the premium collections, but the chances of that happening, you know, maybe over time it will happen, but as they go out of print, it'll probably get harder and harder. So I think I've got about 30 or 40. But there's 150. So I thought, when I see them, I do try, and especially for a price of £6, do try and add them to the collection. So it's 36 Hours. It says 1950, Mayor Jefferson Pike is in the Allied Military Hospital under the care of an American doctor. Pike is an amnesiac, and if he could recount the details of D-Day, his last memory, perhaps it would unlock his mind. Only it's really 1944. Pike is deep in a German territorial in a Fox hospital, but just for him. Oh, they're trying to get the information out of him. Ah, I've seen an episode of Deep Space Nine like that. So there you go. So I'll just show you what's in the. I say again, premium collection. You know, if you're gonna make a premium case, these guys do it the best, don't they? Just hope that sticker comes off nicely. And in there we've got the art cards, which are still completely sealed. The disc. This is number 142. And we have a poster of the movie. There we go. So that was £11 in my vouchers gone. There. And to be honest with you, I didn't have that many left, so thought that's why I restricted myself to those two. So as it happens as well, I happened to be through in Glasgow for work, and I did film in the Glasgow Union Street CX, but there was like a pneumatic drill going on outside in the road, and I just think the footage would be terrible. So I haven't made anything of that footage. I don't think I will, but there you go. So they did have quite a few bits, but all the reprinted covers in there was like a lot. But the one did catch my eye, and that is The Negotiator from 1998. It is, yes. And I remember going to see this in the cinema. I was with a date actually, but there you go. But I have never seen The Negotiator British release out in the wild ever, because I've actually picked this movie up and I've watched it lately, and I think it's a really, really good movie. And I watched the DVD, and then I'll have a look at the, other country releases, foreign releases you could say, and they had them, but they were like it was like £19. I was like, it's a bit steep, but I'll eventually get it. Well, I'm not doing it just now, but to find it for £5 in the CX, I thought it was a great deal. Now, I had a look at it, the case is in horrible, horrible condition, and there's a sticker on it, and you know what, I thought, but the slipcover's fine. Actually, I should check the disc, because I haven't checked the disc. This is absolutely perfect, so that's fine there. So, what I'm going to do is, as with all CX ones that come in like this, I'm just going to switch the case out. And you know what, I'm just going to do it now. Let's just switch the case out, because I've got some nice new ones that, as I say, when I get new stuff, buy it and trade it into CX, I take the new cases off and they get their grubby ones back, shall we say. So we'll put that in there. That's much better. Didn't notice that wee mark on the bit of the cover, but that's okay. You can always tell a nice new case. It's nice and smooth, it's no sticky, it's no, yeah, makes a big difference. So we'll change that out to there, and here, dropping that. So that case, you know what, that was that bad, I'll probably just put it in the bin. Sticky, even now my hands are sticky. In fact, I'm going to give them a quick wash, give me 2 seconds. That's better. Quick wee wash your hands. So what I was going to do is I was going to, as you can, I've got my trays over here, I've got any spare ones. I do have some spare trays behind me. That one's a wee bit off colour, but it would do. It would do for now. So I've got a spare tray, and what I could do is I could make this a combination one with my DVD. To save space, like I usually do. But the problem with that is that I feel like I'm destroying media when I do that, but I can only keep so much, and I can only keep so much space. But I actually gave all my snapper cases away, I think, to Jason, because I didn't want them getting ruined. But So I've got the Negotiator here. This is the original DVD I got. Here it is. But do I put that in there and get rid of this case? This classic 1998 case? Tell you what do you guys think? Tell me. Should I do it? Or should I not? We say space. And I don't have a lot. I think I've already made a decision, but I've got to, let's leave it for now. So the last thing I'm going to show in this video is going to be a surprise to me as much as it is a surprise to you, because I haven't looked. So this just dropped through the mail this morning. It's from Larry. I sliced it, but I haven't opened it. Let's look and see what we have. You really didn't have to do this, Larry. I really, really, really appreciate it. But you really didn't have to. I was just saying that now that I've got the overhead to Larry and I want to try and upgrade the movies that I watch most regularly on 4K. And I know 2012 might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's mine, and I like watching this film over and over again. Roland Emmerich has got quite a few films that I really like. Independence Day, 2012, Day After Tomorrow. People didn't seem to like Moonfall either, but I actually think Moonfall was quite good. Honestly, it didn't have to do that, and I really do appreciate it. It's got Dolby Atmos on it as well, so that's going to be an experience. Never experienced 2012 with Dolby Atmos on a 4K picture. I'm just going to see, it's got 4K Discover's Channel's 2012 Apocalypse, theatrical trailers. Blu-ray has got picture-in-picture, Roland Vision, commentary with director Roland Emmerich, and co-writer Harold Closer, and an alternative ending. I never knew this had an alternative ending. Does my Blu-ray? Does my Blu-ray have a... Where is my Blu-ray? My 2012 should be over here, because I've got a big shelf that's like too deep, and I do try and keep most of my favourites over on these there so they're easily accessible. So it'll be here, and it's right there. Let me just check. So there's my 2012 Blu-ray, and look at the slipcover on that. Really, really nice. It does have an alternative ending. I never knew there was an alternative ending to this. The design and end of the world, Roman master of modern science behind destruction. End of the world. So this has got different special features to the... Oh. Thank God did this know this. My God. What a klutz. So has this one got different features? It has, but this has got the 5.1 track. So it does have 4K HDR. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Really, really didn't have to, so appreciate that. So thank you to all for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you got any comments on any of the movies here, and actually I've got a few more purchases, I think, that I made. Have I got a few more purchases? Yeah, I've got a couple of more purchases I made at the CEX on the way home from Glasgow, and I've got two then, plus I've got one other pickup which I'll show you in a different video, because this one's gone on for too long. But you know, So thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. I've got so much what to watch in so little time. I was saying I was going to end the video, but I wanted to think about something lately. And that is, I was thinking about, you know, I was always under the impression, I'm 44. 20 years time I'll be 60, 64, 65, and I'll be looking forward to retirement. Well, maybe 67 at these rates with what's happening. I was thinking, there'll be nothing better than sitting down, know where to go, and enjoying my collection. But I think I've got to live for right now. I think I need to start enjoying this collection now. There's lots of other things to do, but if I'm going to watch a movie, just take the 2 hours and just sit and watch it. That's it. Live life to the full, folks, and I'll catch you later.